Hi everyone, it's Lunar Light Tarot. Welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, hello. I'm honored to have you with me here today. So for today's Pick a Crystal reading, this one's going to be centered on what does your love interest find attractive about you? Make sure to stick around to the very end of the reading too, because we're also going to get a little bit of their sexual fantasies towards you with these Tarot of Sexual Magic cards. So that's a little extra treat. All right, as per usual here, I have 3 stones in front of me that we're going to use to pick out the decks. So this one is Amethyst. This is blue obsidian. And this is clear quartz. Thought I'd switch it up a little bit today for those of you who watch my videos. So just go ahead and choose with your gut. Take a second. And then we're gonna go ahead and start with Amethyst. All right. So if you chose an Amethyst, this is your reading. What does your person find attractive about you? Okay. Well, I do have to mention the bottom of the deck is the Empress, and that was the first card when I split it, and now it's at the bottom of the deck when I was concentrating on your energy. So that tells me that your person thinks that you're really beautiful. They think that you're really abundant. This is just especially the energy of beauty and also being of high class too. So they think you're classy and you're very beautiful. Okay, so what Amethyst, what is there just find attractive about them? Interesting. What does your interest find attractive? What is your find attractive about Amethyst? Ooh, what is your love interest find attractive about Amethyst? Wow, this one's fun. Okay. And at the bottom of the deck, we have the Queen of Pentacles. So again, this is really just confirming the Empress energy we had earlier. And I see the Queen of Pentacles as the closest you can be to the Empress in the tarot. So again, this person is seeing you as really abundant. They're seeing you as someone who's like fruitful or like good with money. Even if you don't necessarily have a bunch of money, this person thinks that you're good with money or like a business person, and they see that you have some talents, possibly when it comes to business or just manifesting like abundance for yourself, having really great business ideas. So yeah, that could be something they find like really attractive about you. Again, shining through that you're very beautiful. This person finds you very beautiful. You can see the Empress is supposed to be the most beautiful card in the deck. And to me, the Queen of Pentacles in this deck is the most beautiful. So to get the 2 most beautiful cards definitely says that you are gorgeous. So they find you really gorgeous. I love that. So I like this. We're getting kind of a practical energy coming through here. They like your practicality. With the Fool here in reverse, you're not someone who just jumps into everything 2 feet first, and they really appreciate that. I think maybe in their life they've had a lot of people around them who just kind of like don't know what they want per se, and will just go after most anything. And you're someone who really thinks about things first before you jump into things. You're someone who has a plan. You're someone who, you know, knows what they like want to do, and you're really decisive. So this person finds that really attractive is that you don't just dive into things. You take your time and you listen to like what the universe has to say. They find that really attractive. So again, with the 2 of Swords in reverse here, they like that you're decisive. I like that you're decisive, yeah. I'm also getting something about like hair here. I'm really drawn to this woman's hair and how it's kind of like lifted up. You could have like colored hair. This woman's hair is like a vibrant, really vibrant color. In that case, I really like the way that your hair is colored. They like your hair. But other than that, I'm also really getting that they like how decisive that you are. Yeah, if you're someone who works with the moon, or you work with the moon phases or intuitively, they find that really interesting. We're getting this little like dark side of the moon here, so I feel like they don't really know much about that. They could be someone who's not like super spiritual, but they see you kind of being someone who's spiritual, so they think that's kind of cool. yeah, I'm also getting like a handle over your emotions, because as you can see in the background, there's a lot of water leading up to this person, but where they are is dry. So you're someone who can also handle your emotions. You're not someone who gets overtaken by them. They find that attractive. They find it attractive that you're so that you discipline yourself and that you're really decisive. You won't be stuck in a stalemate for long when it comes to making a decision. They find that attractive too. So yeah, a lot of practicality is shining through. Then Ace of Cups, they really love that you seem to like yourself. You seem to love yourself, and that other people have love for you. That's really what it comes down to. They see that other people respect and love you, and they find that really attractive. They're like, oh, if other people are really attracted to Amethyst, then, you know, there must be something like really here, like what's going on. So it makes them more curious. They also see you as a person who has a lot of inner peace. That you value your inner peace over a lot of things, and they find that very attractive. They really like that you have a good head in your shoulders is really coming through. That you have a good solid head in your shoulders. That makes them very attractive to you. I'm sorry, vice versa. That makes you very attractive to them. And again, it's just the fact that you have so much self-love. And again, what I'm getting with these lilies, again, that you're very beautiful. You're very beautiful. And they think that they're kind of surprised almost that someone as beautiful as you could also be like humble and love yourself in a way that isn't vain. It's like real love. And they're like, wow, this person has real love for themselves. It's not just like, I'm cute, that's why I love myself. So they like that. They like that you're deeper than like what first meets the eye. And the Death card, yeah, they definitely recognize that you're someone who has high standards in life. You're not afraid to cut someone off with the Death card. You're not afraid to end things in your life. They love that. I feel like that's really coming through heavy. They really like that you're not afraid to end things in your life. This person appreciates that you have high standards. And they find that really attractive. They also see you as not necessarily hard to get, but like you call the shots. They know that you call the shots. Not necessarily that you wear the pants in the relationship that you're in, but if you want someone around, that's your decision. And if you have someone around you, they know that's deliberate. It's not just because they're around or because you feel lonely. Like this person knows that to be like around you, they have to be up to par because you're not afraid to cut anyone out of your life. They kind of know that. I think they're a little afraid too. They're almost a little like nervous about you is what I'm getting too. They're almost a little bit nervous because they know that you're like really confident and you're really decisive and you're not afraid to cut anybody off. And at the same time, they find that really sexy and they just almost see you as like almost a dominatrix type. I don't think they literally see you that way, but that vibe is coming through. Like you could be in their eyes. You could be because you're so decisive. You're so on your stuff. But they find that really attractive that you don't just let anybody into your life. They have to earn it. So let's see a little bit of what their sexual fantasies are like towards you. Okay. Fantasies towards Amethyst. Okay. Okay, so I'm going to go ahead and take these. I'm going to take them upright also because I'm not too familiar with this deck. Wow, the Empress wanted to come out again. I love it. That's really cool. Okay. Okay, so Four of Pentacles, this person really wants to hold you tightly. They want to hold you. They want to give you a hug. I'm also getting, okay, if anybody's under 18 on this video, I suggest tapping out right now. Because this person really wants to like play with your breasts. They really want to get in there is what's happening. Yeah, they really want to touch you. They really want to touch like your bare skin. You can see in this photo, this person is kind of like caressing this person's breasts and their stomach. I think you have really beautiful skin as well. It could be, I know, it sounds like in a creepy way, right? But I swear, not in a creepy way. They think that your complexion is really beautiful. So you can have a really beautiful complexion. They feel like if they were to touch you, your skin would be really soft. Yeah, this one's all about the skin. They think your skin is so pretty, and they're just like, oh, not in a creepy way, but if I could just touch her or this person, that'd be so awesome. I'm also getting a little bit about like clothes here. Everyone's kind of people are kind of dressed in a very interesting way. She's wearing this kind of like sexy corset, so they could think the way that you dress is really cute. Yeah, when you get like really dressed up, I think it's like really hot. So when you dress to look a little bit like sexy, that really shines through. Although they always think that you dress really nicely, but I feel like they get extra turned on when you dress kind of hot. Okay, then we have Ace of Swords. Yeah, they're wanting me to talk about the traditional meaning. So this is about like truth and clarity. Especially with it being right under the Two of Swords. Funny that we have the Ace and then the Two. This is again talking about your clear sense of mind, how they find that really attractive. But not only that, this person could want to like kind of, okay, the dominatrix is really coming through, because if you can see on this card, this woman is like tying this man up. So they could like want you to tie them up. They could want to like do some kind of like BDSM with you. Yeah, they can they can want you to like put them in some handcuffs. That's what's happening here in this card. Or they can also want to like switch that. They could be the one who wants to do that to you. But it's funny that like dominatrix came in earlier, and then literally we got like a dominatrix card. So they could want you to really take control. They see how like decisive you are, and they're like, that's someone who can take control of me. So they kind of like that. They like that. They're like, I would lend control to you. Okay. Now we have the Four of Swords. Yeah, so this to me says they fantasize about like oral. They fantasize about having oral sex with you in some kind of way. About you giving it to them, I'm guessing. And also we have like the breasts coming through here again. They really like the way that your body looks in general, like your physique, and also like your breasts that are coming through. And they just kind of want to like play with you. They kind of want to like play a little rough. Because the person wants to play a little rough with you. They kind of, this is like the toss you on the bed, like tossing you around the room kind of thing. Yeah, they're wanting to get really close to you. So I feel like this person could be a little bit of like a switch. And for those who don't know what that means, it's like when someone wants to be the one that dominates in the bedroom, and then maybe the next session they want to be the one who's submissive. So yeah, this person seems like they would switch with you often. Like they want to do that, and they want to switch who's in the dominating role. Ooh. Okay, lastly, we have the Empress. So again, the Empress is talking about how beautiful you are. This person finds you gorgeous. I think you're very beautiful. I think you're very beautiful. I think you're very abundant. They also know other people find you attractive. That's another thing about the Empress. She's not just a queen for one person. She's the Empress of an empire. So this person knows that other people find you attractive, and that also kind of makes them find you attractive. They're really curious. Okay, if you haven't actually done anything with this person, they're really curious about what you look like down there. They're really curious about like what your body parts look like. And I say that because we have this massive conch cell right here, and it kind of looks like, you know, like a woman's stuff. Me being nervous in this video. Anyway, so it's kind of like them imagining what it would look like, what it would be like if you two were to get together. Yeah, they just see you in this like really sexy light. Especially with this, it's funny because the Empress came out under this death card. So again, it's like they see you as someone who, as queen of their own domain. You know, you're not someone who takes anything from anyone if you don't like it, you know. Very much so like in charge. You're not afraid to cut anyone off again. And they really like that. They like that you just sit on your throne. You know what I mean? You sit pretty, and you don't have to do anything else. Like I think they also admire. I hear doing less. I think they admire that you tend to do less than other people around them. And even if it seems like okay, like I'm the one texting, and calling, or whatever, that other people kind of could be. If you are both single, this person could be like possibly seeing other people, and they're doing like way too much, or just even talking to people. and you're someone who just like, you do the least and it's so attractive to them. They're like, oh my gosh, I need to do so much more to like get something from them, versus the other people I do nothing and they're just all over me. So I love that. Guys do love that. Okay, so I really hope you enjoyed this reading. That is it for you, Amethyst. This person definitely has some hot feeling towards you, so I really hope you enjoyed those messages. Go ahead and move on to blue obsidian. So for those who chose blue obsidian, this is your reading. Alright, so what does your person find attractive about you? Oh wow, so I wasn't gonna take this, and then it came up again. So here we are. Very funny because it was the first message in the last reading, but different than a lot of my other readings, I don't feel that these are connected because it was reversed and now it's upright. So different energy. Oh, wow. Okay. Funny enough, these two cards to me pretty much mean the same thing in this context, and this one was going to come out earlier. So I'm going to get one more last card just to get a different message. Whoops. All right, I'm going to take the one that fell on the ground. Okay. I love it. Wow. This person, first of all, thinks of you in a very high light, a very high light, because we have the Hierophant and the High Priestess here. This is pretty much, yeah, this is the High Priest and the High Priestess. So first of all, you two are a energetic match. If you resonate with the terms soulmate or soul connection, twin flames, anything like that, this could be a confirmation that you two are in a connection like that. Okay, but to start off here, the Fool, this person likes that you take risks in life. You're not afraid to take risks with the Fool card. You're not afraid to jump off that. You're not afraid to make that leap into the next area of your life, whatever that it may be. They also admire that you're loyal. We have the dog here. So yeah, they admire that you're really loyal. They also see you as someone who's kind of romantic. I'm seeing that with the white flower here in this man's hand. Excuse me. They can see you as someone who's really romantic, really positive. Again, we have the Sun in this card. But overall, they see you as someone who's not afraid to take risks. You're a little bit of a risk taker. You're always kind of like off in the next thing. I'm almost hearing jet setter. So they find that really attractive. And then you're also really loyal to yourself and to your friends or your family. Okay, then we have the Hierophant. They see you as someone who's really wise, who's spiritually wise, who gives counsel to people. They may have seen you like giving advice or how people will come for advice, and they really appreciate that. They're like, oh wow, like they're kind of taking notice how people come to you for advice, and then you give good advice. They're like, oh, this is actually kind of like some good advice. They actually have something like really interesting to say. And they also feel like there could be like a match with you. They're really trying, well, not necessarily trying, but they're kind of like, I kind of feel like we're maybe on the same level. Like this person just may be like a really good person or just trying to be kind of like that person. And they see you as someone who like matches them, who's on their level, who could be with them like in a longer term sense, because these are two, this is a very high like spiritual connection. So they may actually feel a spiritual connection with you. They may not know they have one like explicitly, like being able to say like, oh, we have a soul bond. But they kind of feel this. Yeah, I'm also getting with this lamb here that you either like are like seem kind of innocent, or like you respect innocence, if that makes sense. There's a part of you that seems like innocent in a way. Yeah, I'm really getting this more of it. There's a part of you that seems really innocent as well, and that you don't really take advantage of people coming to you for advice also. It's like you're this teacher, but you're also like the innocent. You know, you're always still learning. And I really admire that about you. You don't just put yourself like on this pedestal and be like, I'm done learning, I'm doing this, blah, blah. You recognize that there's always more to learn, and that you're learning, and that you're also teaching. So that's really cool. And then we have the High Priestess here. So again, they're seeing you as someone who's very intuitive. This person could possibly know that you are intuitive. They could possibly know that you are very spiritual. With these two cards coming out, they could literally know that you like practice spirituality. So if you have told this person that, they find that really attractive, that you practice. And they also think that you're good at it. Whatever's going on, they think that you're good at it. Especially because you have the Hierophant and the High Priestess. They're like, this person's actually making some stuff happen. Like, they're not just some woo-woo, you know, kind of in the corner with their like spell books that do nothing. They're actually doing stuff. Okay, this person, I'm getting the word like witch. Like, this person could literally kind of like think that you're like a modern day witch, but they find that like really hot. For some reason, they find it like really attractive. They are also like maybe kind of a witch. And then you have the moon card. I mean, excuse me. You have the moon also in this card. So again, if you're someone who's told them that you work with moon cycles, then that's really cool. They admire that you do that kind of stuff. They don't really know like how it works maybe. Again, because this moon is kind of like shrouded in the back of the card. This person may not know how all this stuff works versus the sun, as in where they can see very clearly that you're positive, but they can't see necessarily that you get your power from the moon, they get your power from the universe. But they have that intuitive feeling, and they find that very attractive. They also find you very mysterious. With the High Priestess, she's known to be mysterious, she's known to be a loner. They kind of want to like break that exterior a little bit. There's like, oh my god, there's so much more to blue obsidian if I just keep chipping away. Hopefully one day I'll find something cool. Like, they know that there's a ton of hidden gems in you, but they know that you're not the type to just let your gems be known to everyone, right? So they find that really attractive. They know that you know your stuff spiritually. They know that you're actually practicing in a real way, and they find that really sexy and mysterious. And they also, yeah, they just think it's really hot and mysterious. Okay. So let's move on to the fourth card here, which is Three of Wands. So they like that you have this beautiful energy of like expectancy for your life. They like that you know that your life is going in a good direction. That you just see it. You just know. You're very calm when it comes to that. This person could know that you have like big plans for your life, or they just see you being someone who like would accomplish big things. And like, someone like that can oftentimes be like stressed, you know, like, where's my next this coming from? Like, I'm trying to make this happen in my life. But they admire that you're someone who just like calmly like looks out of the shore. You're like, my ships are coming in. I don't got to even worry about it. I'm not even worrying about it. I'm just sitting here. I'm enjoying my time. You know, I got this huge ribbon on. This could also be like liking the way that you dress. But I'm really attracted to like this huge fabric here, so it could be liking the way that you dress also. But more so, I'm getting they like how you like let life come to you. You expect things, and then they arrive. You don't stress over them. You just enjoy. And they find that really attractive. They're like, I'm really trying to get there, and I enjoy and I appreciate that this person can actually do that. Yeah. Okay. They also could be expecting something with you. They also could be expecting something to happen between the two of you, and that makes them excited, and they're wondering what your reaction might be or something like that. Okay, so let's go ahead and see what some of this person's like sexual fantasies towards you are. So if you're under 18, time to hop off because we're going there. Okay. This person's sexual fantasies towards you. Oh, too many, but we already have 4 that came out immediately. So we'll go ahead and take them. Wow, 10 of Pentacles coming right out. I'm gonna read them all upright, guys. Interesting. Okay, I love that. Okay, so with the Ten of Pentacles here, again, this is another confirmation that this person may want something more long-term with you. Because the Ten of Pentacles does talk about long-term relationships, long-term commitments, long-term happiness. This is like the ultimate happiness in the physical world. But aside from that, this person's fantasies, they may want you to just like look at you naked, right? They also may have a fantasy like with food. We're going there. So they may want to like eat food off of your body. They also find like your breasts really attractive, your like physique really attractive. I'm just gonna go there. They could also like be into feet. We have we have feet in like almost all these cards, so they could possibly be into like feet. Just to let you know, yeah, they could possibly think that like the arch of your foot is like sexy or something like that. Yeah, really learn to like watch you naked, watch you kind of like sprawled out for them. They would think that's really sexy. Also, like if this person is into drawing at all, they would love to draw you. Also really getting that. Mostly watching. They would love to just like watch you lounge around and just like do things, because I feel like this person just finds that like when you're effortlessly sexy, you just do things and they turn out sexy. They're like, wait, how are you just like living your life right now so sexily? How are you just sitting down on a couch so sexily? So this person is basically thinking about that. They just want to like watch you do your thing, watch you like live everyday life. Especially with this, especially because this is a Ten of Pentacles that does talk about happiness in everyday life, ultimate happiness in everyday life. So they feel like you're someone who holds a lot of happiness and joy, and they just kind of want to watch you do that. They think you're very like fruitful and you're just full of positive like energy to them. So they just want to like watch and absorb that. Pretty hot. Okay, then we have the Eight of Pentacles. So they like that you're a little bit hard to get. They like that you're a little bit hard to get. They like that you don't pay them that much attention. Something about that. So we have this man here who is like touching this woman's like leg with the rose. And he's kind of like, hey, you know, what's going on? I'm trying to seduce you. And she's like, listen, I got my coffee. Like, sorry, I don't really care. Like, you could be someone who's really focused on business. Someone who's really focused on work. Not really looking towards them. And they find that really hot too. You know, guys always love when you don't pay them enough attention. Why is that? No, I'm just kidding. We know why. It's the chase, right? So this person loves to chase with you. They feel like you're very good at it. They may not know that you're literally not playing. You're just doing your thing and you're just living your life actually. And for somebody that makes it even sexier. You're like, wow, you're not even playing the game. You're just focused on yourself. Like, how can I get your attention? So they find that really attractive. They think it's really hot that you have your own life and you're doing your own thing. Also, I'm getting that if you're someone who maybe is a little bit larger and you think that like maybe the physique comment wasn't for you, I'm getting that this person loves your physique. Like, if you're someone who's a little bit larger, they love, they love your body. They love the softness. I'm just seeing this woman's like, like slight rolls here, like we all get, and how he's kind of like looking down and is like, So yeah, I heard the phrase more cushion for the pushing. Listen, I get I get what I get in my head. So yeah, this person really loves the way that your body looks. And yeah, they really love that you kind of, that you're hard to get, that you're not just so easy. Okay, next we have the Two of Wands here. So again, with this hard to get energy, it's kind of like they also know that you're interested. That's the thing that drives them crazy, is that they know that you're like very slightly at least interested in them, like interested in maybe having a conversation, interested in talking to them, and it just makes it so much more intense for them that you're not giving them the kind of the time of day. Yeah, they know that you kind of, maybe you flirt with them sometimes. This is like my flirting under the table card. Literally, because on the surface they're pretty casual. They're still flirting, you know. They're maybe they're touching hands. So maybe on the surface you're someone to, like, you know, talk to them, maybe like a joke or two. But under the surface, there's a lot more sexual tension going on. And because most of the time you're focused on your work, you know, you don't really have time for all of this like flirty energy. So like when you do, it's so intense. And this person, even when you're not, it's like this person knows that you're interested in them in some capacity, but they're also too busy to really give them that time. And so they just kind of like lust after it. I'm thinking this might be a long explanation, but do you know that that experiment that they did with rats, where basically they had a block of cheese behind this door, and every time the rat pushed the button, they get the cheese. But then they switched up the experiment and did it so only occasionally would they get the cheese after they pressed the button. Because the first time, every time they got it, they just wouldn't come around that often. They come around whenever they're hungry, whenever they wanted it. And the second time, when it wasn't always there, they became obsessed with the button. They needed the button. They needed the cheese behind it. It's like gambling, obsessed with that reward. And maybe you really may not be doing this on purpose, but like getting your attention is like gambling to this person. It's like, can I get it today? Can I get it today? Are they too busy today? Can I get it today? So that's basically like what's driving them crazy about it, like what makes them so like into it. And also knowing that you're kind of you kind of know what's happening too, and then you find it hot too. It's like makes them crazy. So that's pretty hot. They like this little like game that you guys are playing that you may not think is like a game, but you're like, I'm actually just living my life. But this person is like, no, it's a sexy game that we're playing. And again, you have like the feet thing. So this person could imagine like, we're gonna go there, guys. This person could imagine like being touched by your feet. So maybe like a foot job, like things like that. They could imagine those things happening with you, and they find that attractive. Or like going to dinner with you. They also have a fantasy about like going to dinner with you and just like laying around in bed with you. Okay, now we're really getting to it. So 6 of Swords. So as you can see in this image, this person, like, at the end of the day, they really want to get to the actual like intercourse, like having sex. They really want to have that with you. I'm also getting like wanting it to be like rough, also like outdoors. They could imagine like having sex outdoors with you would be really cool, especially because they're literally outdoors. If some of you know what I'm trying not to be too explicit on this video, if someone you know what like a pearl necklace is, they might want to do that. This lady is wearing a pearl necklace, so he might want to release, you know what I mean, somewhere on your body. Again, we're getting the breast images again, so he could want to do that on your breasts, give you a pearl necklace. I'm also getting the hair, like this tousled hair. They could really like your hair. We have tousled hair in these images. Yeah. You really want to just be close to you, really wanted to like hold you. I feel like this person, if you two were to actually like get together, they'd be really intimate, like really close to you the entire time. You'd be like a missionary type thing, but they want to like hold you pretty much the entire time. So they want to be like really close to you. They want to hold you. I'm also getting images of like caressing your face, taking you on adventures. This person is more like well-rounded. I feel like because they want that long-term energy, they fantasize about taking you out on dates, you know, having everyday life with you, drawing you, you know, having sex outside, but also they like that you're so busy with your career that sometimes, you know, you don't always have the time. They like that little bit of a chase, and that turns them on because they know it's like a continuous thing. Then also know that it doesn't come from games. It comes from you actually being busy, and that's like really attractive to them. All right, for those who chose Blue Obsidian, I really hope you enjoyed those messages and like this reading. I'm going to go ahead and move on to clear quartz now. Please comment down below if you like this or you resonated with this. Like it if you like it. All that good stuff. I'm going to go ahead and move on to clear quartz. All right, so for those who chose clear quartz, this is your reading. What does your person find attractive about you? Well, this first card wanted to pop out, so let's see what's going on here. I'm gonna take that as the first card. Okay, so we have the Hanged Man here. Interesting. I'm actually going to go ahead and get all the cards first before I say anything. Okay, so what does this person find attractive about? Clear quartz. What does this person find attractive about those who chose clear quartz? What does this person find attractive? All right, and we have the other two. Okay. All right, and so again, we have the Empress at the bottom of the deck. This is telling me that the person that you were thinking of sees you as very beautiful. They see you as someone who's very abundant. This is like literally the most beautiful woman you can get in the deck. So seeing you as very beautiful, very abundant. I'm also hearing like smart. I'm really drawn to this person's like forehead for some reason. So I'm getting that they think that you're very smart and that you have a good head on your shoulders, very practical. Yeah, they see that you get things done. Also the eyes. I'm also getting you have really mesmerizing eyes for this person. They think that your face is like really sexy. You have a sexy face. Okay. So starting off here with the Hanged Man. I feel like they appreciate that you don't go about things really fast in life. You take your time when it comes to learning new things and like executing new things. You're not someone to necessarily like jump right in. Also, I'm getting that that you're really knowledgeable. You're like someone who's enlightened, but you don't come off as like a martyr. You don't come off as like this teacher who's above other people. You come off as someone who's again still learning, but also is teaching at the same time. You come off as someone who's really humble also. They find that really attractive. It's like you're doing these, they see you as someone who's doing really big things but is so humble about it. Like if you think about it, this man is hanging himself upside down right now for the purpose of enlightenment. That is intense. That is intense. And yet they're just kind of sitting there, enjoying themselves, relaxing. This person sees you as doing like big things with your life, like doing big things with your ascension, doing big things with just your life in general. And they're just kind of shocked that you're so nonchalant about it. So you could have told them about something that you've recently like are achieving, or they see you achieving things, and they're just like, how's this person like so nonchalant about their own achievements? Like I would be up my own butt, you know what I mean? I would be thinking that I'm so hot. And this person thinks that like you're so humble, and it's really attractive to them that you're teaching and you're still learning, and that, yeah, they find that really attractive. They also like how you're really willing to let things go in your life if need be. They've possibly seen you like let people or situations go. They could have seen you come out of a really tough time, a really tough situation. They like the way you handle stress. They like the way you handle situations that are hard for you. They feel like it shows a lot of character. I feel like you're someone to take care of the people around you also. And they like that you're not someone to stay in situations where you feel like you're not welcome, where you feel like you're not appreciated. You'll leave. And they really appreciate that about you. They find that really sexy. They're like, I admire how clear quartz only stays in places where they feel wanted. And they don't settle. Yeah, the energy of not settling. You're not someone who settles, you leave. And that's really hot to them. They're like, you can't get them to lower their standards if you wanted to. It's impossible because they'll just cut you out of their life for even trying to do it. So awesome. They find that like kind of inspiring and like really hot. I'm also getting that you could be someone who like travels often. Then that's not necessarily like really far, but you're just kind of traveling, going out. They find that really hot. If you're someone who's actually traveling, they find that really attractive. They like to travel. And then we have the Queen of Cups here. They see you as a really emotional, like caring person. Excuse me. Not overly emotional. but just emotional. You know, you're someone in touch with your emotions. You're someone who's very caring in their eyes. I'm also getting like statue-esque, like whatever you kind of put your body into, like whatever kind of situation you end up landing in. That sounds so odd, but just moving around everyday life, they think that you almost resemble a statue. Like you're just so, like you look posed almost all the time. And I say that because we have all these beautiful statues situated around her. So it's like you almost look posed all the time. You just look so poised, it's very beautiful all the time. Like you don't need, like if you were to take photos, no one needs to pose you. Like you just naturally pose all the time. You don't even know it. So the person finds that really hot. You kind of just do that. Yeah, I'm also getting the word elegant, very like kind of regal in status. You're also someone who's intuitive. They say that you're intuitive, that you are in touch with your emotions, and that leads you to your intuition. That you listen to your emotions and have that guide your intuition as well. They find that really attractive. They kind of don't know how it works. I'm really getting that throughout the entire readings. But this person kind of doesn't know how like the intuition works. But they see that you're someone who has the control in your emotions, and that you're someone who's like intuitive. You kind of just know things sometimes. And they're like, wow, how? Like that's really sexy. It's really attractive. Really cool. And lastly, Nine of Cups. This person really sees you as like their wish. This is wish fulfillment. So they could actually kind of like wishing on a star for you, or just kind of being like, I wish I could go on a date with this person. That's really what the energy is. Yeah. It's really funny. I'm looking at my window and I'm like seeing smoke, and I got the word like smoke show. Spirit will give you messages from anywhere. So this person could literally see you as a smoke show that's coming in. Yeah, especially with wish fulfillment, they could really see you as like a baddie, like the eye candy they kind of want to have in their arm. But not just that, of course. Like they don't want to reduce you to that, because you're their whole wish. But also, it would be like, I feel like they would be really like to like show you off. Especially because this person's kind of showing off in this photo. Like he's showing off all of his cups. He's like, hey, like I'm almost reached abundance. Like, what do you think? And you would basically like be like on their arm as like their most prized acquaintance, because obviously you're not a possession, right? And this person doesn't see you as that, but they would love to have you like on their arm going someplace, and kind of have the recognition of like, yeah, I'm with this person. Like, do you see how hot they are? Like, yeah, I'm with that person. So they would love to do that. They see you as like wish fulfillment, and they want to like offer you what they have too. They want to offer you what they have. And they also feel like that you have a lot too. They kind of want to like combine in that way. They're saying that you also have a lot. You're also really abundant. So they're coming to you and they're like, hey, like I'm a king too. Like, look what I got a throne. You know, I got fancy fabrics for you to lay up on. Like, hey, what's up? So that's kind of the energy towards you, trying to like attract you with like their abundance and like their stuff a little bit. Okay, so let's see what some of their sexual fantasies are towards you for clear quartz. All right, so we have, everything except the last one. Actually, I'm gonna take that pile. Please come out one at a time. Sexual fantasies towards clear quartz. Here's the first one. This is person's sexual fantasy towards clear quartz. I'm gonna read them upright, guys. Wow, we have the Queen and the King of Cups. Beautiful. Yeah, this person may want like something actual, like real with you. And as I said, that all those cards just flew out. I'm gonna go ahead and take this one though. Okay. Alrighty. And again, I'm taking them all upright. Okay. So starting out here with the Fool card, okay, it's actually come up for every reading, really funny enough, with the Fool card. Yeah, they could be like, they like that you're adventurous. That's really what this is. They like that you're adventurous. You're someone who lives on the edge. Funny enough, because this person's literally walking on the edge of the cliff. Yeah, they like that you're someone who lives on the edge. You're not afraid of things around you. You could be someone who kind of walks towards danger and they find that like really attractive. Because you have this snake as kind of this person's ankle, but not even looking. They're like, danger? What's that? Like, I ate that for breakfast. So they kind of find that really sexy that you kind of like walk on the edge a little bit. You live on the edge. They're also, there's also a fantasy of like voyeurism here. They could like want to watch you even with someone else. Yeah. Or they could want other people to watch you too. And I say that because there's like a couple in the background getting it on, and this person's just kind of like walking through like da 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 da. Yeah, they like that you're kind of unbothered. Yeah, they love that you're unbothered. Yeah. That you just kind of like live your own life. You're like, I'm living on the edge. I don't have time to be bothered by this other stuff. But yeah, voyeurism is really coming through. Actually, we have a couple cards about voyeurism here. So this person could really like watching you. They could find that really sexy if they're if they're in a position to be watching you. They could find that really sexy on your social media or like in person to just like watch you. Okay, then we have the Three of Swords. Again, this person, I feel like they would even invite someone else just to watch you guys like get down. They would find that really hot to have someone like watch you too. They also find like there's a lot throughout the reading. There's a lot of stuff about breasts. So yeah, they're really finding your breasts very attractive. I think you have great boobs. Funny enough, because you have like boobs in all of these photos. So then you have great boobs, fantastic. Also, you have a big chest, because all the women here are like really big chested. So they find that really attractive. Yeah, they could also want to like romance you with candles and lights and food. I'm kind of getting that too. So we have the candles here, and there's this harp here. This person really wants to like romance you. They're also into foreplay. So they could want to like softly caress your body. They could want to play music for you, just like really get you in the mood before anything happens. Okay, then we have the King of Cups here. So this person, I feel like they want to share emotions with you. They want to share in honesty with you. They want to be the king to your queen, right? So they're trying to, again, like trying to impress you, trying to be on that level, trying to take care of you. And again, it's like, there's a little bit of like, they find it really sexy, the idea of like having you on their arm, having you to like their own, being your like kind of one and only, and almost possessing you a little bit. There is a little bit of that here. I don't really feel like it's in a negative way. It's really just like a sexual fantasy of like having you and holding you and possessing you. But it's just in a fantasy way. And again, we have food here at the bottom of the card. So they can really want to like wine and dine you and take you out someplace. I'm also getting clothes. They could want to like dress you up or see you in lingerie. I think that would be really sexy if you would see you in lingerie. I'm also getting, just because of the position of like where this woman is at and relativity to this man, that they could really be fantasizing about like oral, like how good you would be down there, you know, like what, like kind of sorry, like what that mouth do kind of energy. I had to say the sorry in advance. But seriously, they're kind of wondering like what to do. So it's that kind of energy. And it's kind of wanting to like hold your hair. Like he could imagine like holding your hair or like wrapping your hair up like while you do that. So yeah, really kind of like wanting to be large and in charge and like be the king to your queen is what I'm getting. Yeah, possess you like a king like would hold his queen, you know, like kind of like that. But you are still like large and in charge, of course. Okay. And then we have the Six of Pentacles. Again, we're really coming through that you may have like big breasts and they find that really hot. They find that really attractive. Also there's something about like your hands and your arms. They can find your hands and arms really attractive, especially the hands. If you have like interesting colored hair or even brown hair, I'm getting like the shininess of your hair. I really like how your hair is shiny. So that could be it. Yeah. So I'm really getting a lot of stuff about watching as well. Again, we have another figure in this card who's just watching this woman. So he could want to watch you do some sexy things to yourself. He could want to like watch you just like kind of live life and go about things. Want to watch you put on lingerie. I'm also getting something about water. So funny enough, we had the King and Queen of Cups when I saw this card, who could be wanting to like watch you in the shower, like pour water on you, kind of those things. And just be like really close to you. This person wants to be really close to you. Yeah. So for those who chose clear quartz, I really hope you enjoyed this reading, and I really hope you got a lot from it. All right, everyone. Thank you so much for watching this reading. I really hope you enjoyed those sexy messages. And so please feel free to like, comment, and subscribe. I really love to see you guys comment down there and tell me if it resonates for you. Like the video if you liked the video. And until I see you next Wednesday, love and light.